Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Expositor by me. So let's get into it. Valentine's Day in Fontaine was extravagant. The streets were lined with elegant decorations, roses intertwined along the bridges, soft candlelight flickering in shop windows, and musicians playing love songs in every square. It was romantic, picturesque, and yet Arlecchino had never once cared for the holiday. She wasn't one for grand gestures or poetic words. Love to her was not something delicate or fleeting. It was fierce, unwavering, a silent promise rather than a spoken vow. But for you, she would try. You had woken up expecting a normal morning, but the moment you turned in bed, reaching for the familiar warmth beside you, you realized that Arlecchino was gone. Frowning, you sat up, wiping the sleep from your eyes. The space she usually occupied was cold, the sheets untouched, and that was strange. Arlecchino wasn't the type to leave without telling you, and just as worry began to creep in, you noticed something on the bedside table. A single black envelope. Curious, you reached for it, fingers tracing the elegant red wax seal, a familiar emblem, the insignia of the House of the Hearth, and your heart skipped a beat. Breaking the seal, you unfolded the letter inside. The handwriting was precise, each stroke deliberate. Meet me at the court, near the fountain. Wear something you like. You stared at the note. Arlecchino wasn't romantic. She never left letters, and she never planned surprises. So whatever this was, it had to be important. And the fountain was breathtaking at sunset. The sky was painted in hues of crimson and gold. The soft hum of a violin playing in the distance. Lanterns flickered above, casting a warm glow over the bustling crowd. And at the center of it all, Arlecchino. She stood beneath the grand archway of roses, dressed in her usual attire, her eyes scanning the crowd until they landed on you. You swallowed. She looked stunning as always, and she was waiting for you. Taking a deep breath, you made your way toward her, and she watched you approach, expression unreadable. Then, as you reached her, she finally spoke. You're here. You raised an eyebrow. You asked me to be here. A ghost of a smirk tugged at her lips. I did. She extended a hand. Come with me, would you? You hesitated for only a second before slipping your fingers into hers, and she led you through the court, weaving through the crowd, until you reached a secluded balcony overlooking the city. A small table was set for you two. Fine wine, elegant dishes, and a candle flickering between them. Your chest tightened. You did all this? Arlecchino exhaled, tilting her head slightly. You seem surprised. I am surprised. You've never cared about Valentine's Day. She was silent for a moment before murmuring, I still don't. He blinked, turning to face her fully. Then why? Her gaze softened, just barely, as she cut you off. Because you care. And your breath hedged. Arlecchino never said things like that. She didn't express her emotions through flowery words or grand confessions. But this was her way of saying I love you. Slowly, He reached for her hand, intertwining your fingers. Thank you. She let out a soft hum, amused. You haven't even seen the best part. There is more? Her lips quirked into a smirk. Sit. He did as she asked, watching as she pulled something from her coat, a small velvet box, and your heart pounded. Arlie. She placed it in front of you. Open it. And with slightly trembling fingers, you lifted the lid. Inside, nestled in soft black velvet, was a ring. Not an engagement ring, nothing flashy or overly elaborate, but it was unmistakably yours. A simple, elegant band, adorned with a single dark gemstone. Understated, yet meaningful. Something only Arlecchino would choose. He stared at it, speechless. He didn't have to. I wanted to. I'm not good with words. I don't know how to say things the way others do. But I know how to show you. He swallowed hard, looking up at her. You already do. Her eyes flickered with something unreadable. Then let this be a reminder. Carefully, she took the ring and set it onto your finger. A perfect fit. Your vision blurred slightly, overwhelmed by the sheer weight of the gesture. I love you, you murmured, voice barely above a whisper. And Arlecchino's hand came up to cup your cheek, her thumb tracing your skin with uncharacteristic gentleness. You are mine, she said softly, but there was no possessiveness in her voice, only certainty of what she was saying. And I am yours. Then she leaned in, capturing your lips in a slow, deliberate kiss. A promise, a vow, a love that needed no words. And in that moment, under the glow of the city lights, surrounded by the quiet hum of music, you knew there was nowhere else you'd rather be. No one else in the world that you would rather spend eternity with.